Today, drama means nostalgia, drama means legends, and drama means a whole lot of action and CG. Welcome to DramaMeans. Today we're talking about the 2025 Hong Kong film Back to the Past.
And first, a summary. A group of bad guys from the future travel to the past to kill an ancient emperor who was actually a disciple of a good guy from the future that went to the past in place of the bad guy 20 years ago, which is actually the guy that invented the time machine in the first place, but instead of going to the past, he went to jail. That makes perfect sense, right?
That was so confusing.
Believe it or not, it is such an accurate synopsis of this movie. Welcome back. We're back.
Happy New Year. We are back with our fourth season.
2026.
We're talking about Back to the Past, and I don't know if you remember this, but we did recommend the 2001 TVB series Step into the Past back in 2024 after we watched
Walled In. Warriors, Twilight of Warriors, Walled In. What is that called?
I don't know. I only ever call it Walled In.
Something Warriors, Walled In. Louis Koo, obviously.
And Raymond Lam.
Yep.
So here we are again with Louis Koo and Raymond Lam. I saw the preview of this, the trailer, and I was so excited because I have been a fanatic of Step into the Past for so long. And just a little bit to remind you that when this drama aired back in 2001, it created this wave of, transmigration, travel back time, to like ancient times kind of story, to the point where now it's super oversaturated.
It's a genre into itself now.
Yeah. But the thing is, back then there were like travel and time type of stories, but it was Louis Koo who like created this image of, oh, I'm going to travel back in time and I'm going to put as much like modern slang and like humorous things, and speaking English to these characters that have no idea what any kind of English was. It was just like, he made it really fun and like funny. And so, to follow suit, there's been plenty of other dramas, movies that's now done that. Like even a very recent one, Yummy, 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 where,
Right. The whole family's going back in time.
Yeah, the whole family's gone back in time and they're creating like shaved ice and like, giving love advice and like feminism, and
yeah, they're bringing their future ideals, morals, just philosophy, but then bringing it back to an age that may or may not be ready for it, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So, but it was definitely Louis Koo who like started that wave. And to the point where like they made a 2018 Chinese adaptation of Step into the Past. It was less than
good. You're looking for a word. I think the word was less than good.
I was trying to be a little bit more,
articulate.
Nice.
I mean, let's rip the Band-Aid off here.
Yeah. Anyway.
I think if anyone's been listening to us for a while, they know like remakes and reboots and long-awaited sequels are not necessarily our favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
They do get us with the nostalgia sometimes because they're like, wow, it's been 20 years since we've seen these characters. And, they're doing it all over the place with the Bill and Ted remake here in the States. You're like, I know this is going to suck and I'm going to watch it anyway because I loved Bill and Ted when I was 12.
I definitely was nostalgic. And I think about Step in the Past a lot, actually, especially with like, a lot of these transmigration stories and like novels that it's like I was looking for new novels to read, and almost every synopsis is like some kind of transmigrating back into time or a different world or something like that.
Even our beloved Beware of Chicken.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's straight out of this kind of humor.
Yeah. So it is it's so hard to find one that's not. But nostalgia aside, I had a lot of high expectations. And sometimes when you have high expectations, they're usually not met.
I mean, good thing for me, I didn't really have any expectations.
Yeah, Ryan did not watch the old-timey series. And the thing is, so in the movie, they cut parts of, the old series into it. It's like a flashback scene, right? And what they do is they just show us parts of the TVB series.
Well, that's how the movie opens, basically. I mean, to try to give us a little bit of a recap for those of us that haven't seen the original show, they kind of dive back into the series and show us, the real footage of, because these are the same actors. Like, it's not like they had to get different actors to play these parts, so they can do that kind of thing.
Yeah, they found like they fully had the original cast.
Yeah, which is kind of impressive 25 years later to really just have everyone from the cast willing to come back and all work together again and do the thing. Like, that's pretty impressive. So yeah, were able to show us that stuff from the old series which I think again plays on the nostalgia of it, right?
It plays on the nostalgia, but it's also a shortcut. It's a shortcut to tell you exposition and to tell you, those who don't remember the series that well, or, those who haven't watched it, what happened. But it also doesn't need to build up that relationship between Xiulong and Poon, right? They already are showing you, hey, they had a really tight-knit relationship.
Yeah.
And so in the movie, they don't have to do it.
Yeah, they don't have to build that much of that relationship. I mean, that's a blessing and a curse, because I think you use that a little bit as a crutch, as a shorthand, and I do think we didn't feel it as much as we could have because they didn't have to build it again in this movie.
I agree. Like, it was such a cheat for them in the movie that it's like you don't feel the emotions they're feeling when they finally see each other again.
Yeah.
It's just it's a lot of telling and not showing.
Yeah, I mean, I think and we'll get into this a little deeper, I think, later when we talk about some things specifically, but it did feel like a lot of this movie was very surface level, and they were just kind of, I would describe this movie as breezy. It just kind of breezed through everything, and then it was over.
Yeah. It was breezy in terms of, like, the way they talk to each other, the way their, like, relationships are, from, like, Louis Koo and Raymond Lamb's characters, their relationship together, but also, like, Louis Koo and his son's relationship, and Louis Koo and, Jessica's relationship, or Sonia's relationship. They're all just kind of, oh, if you say so.
Yeah, no, for sure. And they're not digging into deep waters anywhere. Like, at any point, if you're expecting this to go into deep emotional territory, it just never goes there in any dynamic. You have a dynamic with the bad guy and his daughter that could have been mined more. It could have, the two guys, the wives, the son, everything. Yeah. They're not going to give you anything. It's just next scene, next scene, next scene.
So honestly, the concern for them, or like their priority, is just introducing all the characters that you once loved.
Yeah. Again, nostalgia. It's like nostalgia porn.
Yeah, pretty much. So let's talk about expectations, for me at least. The quality of the movie, like, I understand the series was a TVB series, but when I feel like they put enough, or they should have put enough money into it, where it should feel like a really good movie, at least like blockbuster level of, like, because with all the explosions and, like, action and stuff like that, like, it should be blockbuster level of material.
Right.
And so the quality, I would hope, would look better than a normal TVB series. And it wasn't.
I mean, I thought it was slightly better than a TVB
I mean,
series.
it was
but
slightly better, especially like with the opening scene where they're in that lab, or not the opening scene, but like when they're in the lab, it was so like cheap and fake and just like this high res like television camera.
Yeah.
And it didn't look like a movie.
Yeah, I mean, I think parts of it, I think it looked more like a movie when they went to the past.
Yeah.
But I think they relied too much on probably some CG set extension stuff. And I thought the staging was better than like a TVB show. Like it didn't feel staged as flat. It felt staged more like a film. But I do see what you're saying. Like the whole thing does kind of feel cheap.
Yeah.
And I say that a lot these days because it seems like movie studios and TV studios are just trying to do everything so cheap, and they just don't care because like, the audience doesn't care anyway. They'll be watching this on their phones. And you're like, okay, so that's the excuse to not spend any money and make the thing look good. Great. Everything's going to be looking like a cheap TV show. And it's kind of what happens here.
Yeah. Also, especially in the beginning, so this veteran award-winning actor Liu Kaiji, right? He is known for his acting, albeit I always find him a little over actor, like overly dramatic, right? But he's like, a method actor. He is very like into the character, and he was so awkward in this.
Which character did he play?
He's like the scientist guy.
Like the one with the stringy hair and the beard?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so bad because he's so overacting.
He was so overacting and so bad in it, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, he is literally known to be one of like the best actors.
It's like they gave him a note to be really goofy, and everyone else in the scenes that he's being goofy is really serious. So it's like he just sticks up like this weird sore thumb with these giant bulging eyes, and I was like, what are you doing? No one else in the scene is playing this for comedy. You're the only one.
But I'm not sure he was playing it for comedy.
I don't know what he was doing.
But he was so bad in it, and I'm just like, how is this possible? It's Liu Kaiji, right? And I'm just like,
well, I will say bad directing kills good acting.
Yes.
Like you can put that on a t-shirt and sell it because it's so true.
Yeah. So, but that whole scene, even like Michael Mew, who's also known to be a good actor, was so awkward and so like, and Michael Mew is the guy that plays Ken.
Yeah.
In the beginning, he was just so, like, just the dialogue in itself was so awkward and unnatural.
I mean, it's always hard for me as watching subtitles to judge the quality of the dialogue because so much is lost in the translation of the subtitles. So for me, I can't judge that because sometimes the subtitles are just bad and they're just saying the most on-the-nose version. And so we've seen movies where we'll watch it and you go, that's not even close to what was just said on screen. Like that was actually a really clever double entendre that they just, put across the screen. Go to sleep. And you're like, no, actually, it was really funny the way he said, go to sleep.
Yeah. And it's the same with this movie because, especially with Louis Koo, like, he uses so much slang.
Playing modern day slang in ancient times, throwing in English words, and then confusing the heck out of the people he's even talking to in the scene.
Yeah. But, like, he'll say, like, dansan, and I think I glanced at the subtitles, and he said, like, something it just didn't like quite meet. It's just not an equal translation.
Right, and that happens a lot.
Yeah.
That's the hard thing about Cantonese movies too, like movies that have Cantonese language, is that I know there's stuff I'm missing.
Yeah.
Because of the slang nature of the language itself, especially when you're watching like a gangster film, and you know that these guys aren't talking to each other the way that I am reading it.
I know 2 specific instances where like it really messed it up when we were watching Kung Fu Hustle.
Yeah.
And like the tea kettle scene, and the translations and the subtitles is, "Have you ever seen a fist this big?" Which is not funny at all.
Yeah.
Right? But what he really says in Cantonese is, "Have you ever seen a fist the size of a tea kettle?"
Yeah. Which is funny. That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah, I wish subtitle folks took their job less seriously and more entertainment based, like rather than just nuts and bolts. But anyway, I think we're getting a little lost in the weeds here.
Yes.
But yeah, I think from my perspective, the dialogue was real dry.
Yeah, and there's a lot of like, I don't know, because in the audience we just start laughing at stuff, right? And I don't know if you...
Some of it comes through, especially when he's like trying to speak English to people and he's saying good luck or goodbye or like thanks, and they're like, what?
Yeah.
Like, and they're trying to like sound out, you know, thank you, because they don't know what it really means.
Yeah.
My only question is, at this point, he's been there for 20 years.
Yeah.
He's spoken this way to these people for 20 years and no one has picked up anything?
Well, the thing is... Well, yes, for sure. Well, the thing is, have you noticed, though, when he talks to his wives, they don't ever, like...
No, it was just the other villagers and, like, the people from, like, the scout from the army and all that kind of stuff. Like, we're just like, huh? But I'm like, they've known the dude for a while. You know he's quirky.
Yeah, but they also haven't seen they, like, the way that they, like, see each other again is, they haven't seen each other in a long time.
Right.
So, but of course they play that up because that was how the series was, you know. But another thing that I was really... I mean, I actually didn't have that much expectation. But with the CG, I just thought it was really bad. And for me, the worst part was them on those hoverboards.
Well, that was just, I mean, I get it. We're in like sci-fi time travel world. And so like a motorcycle can just fit inside of a disc, then also change into a hoverboard that can read your mind. But I felt that was a little unnecessary. Looking back at it, it does feel like the only reason the hoverboard exists in this movie is that so they can just fly over the castle walls and don't have to like stage like a siege.
Yeah.
Like it's literally just a plot device of like, wait, how did he get into the castle? They just flew over the walls in their hoverboards. Okay, great. We don't have to explain it now.
Yeah, and they don't have to spend the money on an actual battle.
Yeah, that's like, okay.
But that's also what I feel like. Like, this whole thing is like super low budget.
I mean, it may have been. I don't know. I don't think it should be. I mean, I think the fact that it's got, you know, kind of A-list actors and people who've been in the business forever and actually good actors. Like, these aren't necessarily like, you know, your throwaway action actors that you're like, oh, they're not even good. They just can do action. Like, no, these are top tier people.
But I also want to talk about the writing because this plot was so thin.
Yeah, they didn't have much.
They didn't have really... I mean, yeah, they had, like, okay, people from the future, that the guy that created the actual time machine wanted to go back in time to take over and become the king.
Yeah. And it's like his motivations for doing so is super thin.
Yeah.
Like, he's like kind of, oh, I'm going to do it so that we can live an easy life. But also I'm going to do it because I'm really jealous that I didn't get to do it the first time. And I also want to spend time with my daughter in olden times, I guess. Like, it's just, there's a lot of kind of, huh?
Yeah. It just, nothing really made sense.
You know what it felt like? It feels like a movie that was kind of written with go here, go there, go here, go there, go here, go there. It's like, you know, okay, first they go here, and then they go there, and then. And then they didn't connect any of those things with anything meaningful. They just, all the connective tissue, and this is what I kind of meant earlier, of none of it really works. And some of it's just completely missing. The connective tissue between scenes, the connective tissue between Lusku's wife, like, doesn't show up at the fortress when she's supposed to, and literally no one says anything about it. And then in another scene, they're talking to each other as if they understand that she's missing, but they've never had that moment where they went, wait, where is she? She's not here.
Yeah, well, then they have the guy show up, and then, like, he's, like, apologizing that...
Yeah, but that's, like,
that's way after.
He gets there, and he sees his one wife, and he sees his kid, and he sees all of his friends, and the other wife ain't there, and he's not like, so where's she? He's just like, hey, guys, let's have some banty dialogue, and we'll put Raymond Lamb in a birdcage.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yeah. But also, like, because they have so many characters that they're trying to, like, just have in the whole movie, literally none of these characters have a purpose. Like, they don't do anything, especially the two wives. Like,
no, they're just in it.
They're just in it. They're just standing behind Louis Koo and just waiting for other stuff to happen without any kind of real anything, like nothing productive. And then, like, literally Jessica's character, she gets kidnapped, but she's like the fighter in the group. Like, she can fight, and she does nothing. There's no action scene with her. There's nothing. Like, she might as well have not been in it.
I mean, it's one of those things that I wonder if, like, do they have super limited a time with some actors? So it's like, hey, I can only work for 3 days, so I can't be in this scene. Like, I've worked on shows that are like that, where you have to, like, write actors out of scenes they should totally be in, but because they're not available, they're not in, and you just never explain it.
Yeah.
You know, skate fast over thin ice kind of idea.
But I'm also wondering, like, did they shoot a ton of stuff and just edit everything out? And that's why it feels so piecey?
Yeah, very well could be. It did feel like a show that was missing scenes.
Yeah.
Like, I kept going, like, well, where's the scene for that? And I get it. Sometimes filmmakers think that we have, as an audience, sophisticated film language, so they don't have to spell things out and they don't have to connect the tissue. Well, you saw that she's kidnapped, and like, so you know that. We don't have to have a whole scene where he, like, finds out and cries to the heavens. Like, yeah, but you do have to kind of, like, be true to the character in the moment, too.
Another thing that I feel like maybe why I think that they filmed a bunch of stuff and then didn't, like, show it, or things had been cut, is, like, there are scenes that they, like, film something and they introduce something and then they don't pay it off at the end. Like when Michael Mew's character, he puts his activator, like, he hides it. And I think he hides it somewhere in Louis Koo's, like, home or the village or something.
Well, yeah, you don't really see exactly where. It's under, like, I don't know, some fountain or something. I don't know what it was. I don't really know what it was either. It's just so quick.
Part of me thinks it was the freaking birdcage, but I don't know. It was somewhere in, like, the village. Or whatever, the bandit's lair or whatever.
Well, I think they were only showing it to us. I agree with you that it should be paid off, but they were only showing it to us to basically say he doesn't have it on him, so that when his guy is trying to be like, where is it? He can't just get beat up and it's stolen from him. He, like, literally doesn't have it, because he's like, show it to me again. And then they show him stashing it. But it does feel like something that needs to be paid off. My worry is some of the stuff that they're not paying off, they're saving for another movie, which is my favorite thing in the world to watch, is set up for another movie I haven't asked for.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is I thought originally that because he had stashed that in either Louis Koo's home or at the bandit's lair, that they were going to find it at the end, and that's how they were going to get back.
Right.
Right? The thing is, if that were the case, that alternate ending should have been there.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about the alternate ending too, but
which is
a whole nother thing. But I think you made a point while we were watching it of how easy it is to wrap up the whole movie. Like, it doesn't feel like there's a big bad guy battle. We've gone through this action movie. All right, but now the number one bad has to fight the number one good, and they have to have a knockdown, drag out, who's the best man kind of fight, so that we can have an end of a film. And it just kind of all fell completely limp. Like, just, here we go. Nah, just kidding.
Yeah, it was definitely like, they did, like, have a little line where they're like, oh, we didn't bring any weapons into the fortress or castle or whatever. So if they come in with their weapons, we'll never make it. We're all gonna die, right? But it was so, like, so you're not gonna try at all? Like, yeah, I thought you wanted to be king. You're just so easy to be like, okay, now I gotta get back to the future. Like, if that were the case, then you should have just kept that activator.
No, everyone gives up on their things so easy. Everyone is defeated. So it's just, everything is so breezy.
Yeah.
Like, and casual, and just nothing means anything. Like, the character turns are so quick, you miss them. Like, I missed that completely. Like, from the moment where the bad guy is sitting on the throne pretending to be king, and then 10 minutes later he's like, I just want to go home with my daughter. You're like, when did that decision get made?
Yeah. It was just very, like, it doesn't feel real.
Yeah.
Like, none of the characters are real people. I mean, obviously, because they're characters, but it's, like, worse than that. It's, like, nothing was thought out. There's so many plot holes. There's so many, like, issues.
And there's no real character advancement from anyone. Like Raymond Lam is kind of the person he is at the beginning that he is at the end. And Louis Koo is kind of the person he is at the beginning and he is at the end. Like, no one makes any sort of arc at all. And I thought that's where they were going. Like, I really thought this film was going to go for a Raymond Lam redemption story and have this guy basically take over as the emperor and succeed. And then they have to take the guy down together. And that's what we recognize as history actually was this time traveler imposter that was overthrown, not the original emperor. And that at the end of the film, Raymond Lam, the real first emperor, gets to just kind of go off and live on a farm himself. And so you're like, oh, that kind of fun history of like, oh, the real history is, no, the emperor never died. He actually went off to look for the fountain of youth himself.
Yeah.
Right? And like, there's some sort of fun thing there. And instead, chop, over.
Yeah. Also, like, it isn't the least satisfying thing to watch, like, a bad guy just give up at the end and, like, you know, offs himself. It's just, like, it's not cinematic. It's not fun. It's not, like, you know, it's cheap. It's like, oh, we need to hurry up and end this movie. But also, they made this whole thing of Louis Koo's son, who eventually is the one that overthrows, you know, Raymond Lam's character. And he's like Hong Yu, right? Like, he is the one. He's gonna be the, you know, I don't know if he becomes the next king.
Yeah, the next emperor, I believe.
Yeah. I don't know a whole lot of that Chinese history, like, fully, so
I trust them.
yeah. But whatever it is, they made him so, like, insignificant. Like the son, you know?
Well, he also, the only thing he does in the movie is screw up. Like, he was supposed to protect Raymond Lam, and Raymond Lam ends up protecting him, getting shot in the chest. Like, the son had one job. Like, son, I'm trusting you to protect him, even though you hate him. You got to protect him. And then he doesn't do it. And then later he's like, protect your mom. I'm like, well, he sucked the first time. How is he going to do this?
Wait, but he did protect that mom.
Yeah, okay.
Supposedly.
Sure.
But yeah, like, he didn't have anything to do. Like, it was just, no one had anything to do. Everyone just stood around and, like, looked at the camera.
Yeah, it was a lot of fan service and not a lot else.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind it being a simple plot. I want arcs and I want change. And again, walking out of the movie, I kept going, the reason they didn't do my idea, because it was so obvious, is, well, they're going to wait for the Raymond Lam to, that redemption arc for the third movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just like, it's this sequel setting crap that is in my brain now. And anytime where I'm like, why didn't they just do this obvious thing that was right there for the taking? They're going to do another one, aren't they?
Yeah. And honestly, like, with all these characters coming in, it was literally like cameos at best.
Yeah.
Right? And so really it's just like the only real acting or anything, any kind of significance is Louis Koo and Raymond Lam, which I get, but, like, dude, we got it better in Walled In. Like,
you know who I felt sorry for in this movie? I felt sorry for Raymond Lam, because that boy is acting his ass off because he's got nothing to play.
Yeah.
And in every scene, he is acting his face off completely. Like, giving every scene everything it can possibly get because he's got no material to work from. And he's got to come up with it all.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like, it's funny because I can see, like, Raymond Lamb, why he puts so much effort into this in general is because this is what catapulted his career as a well-respected actor.
And why did it do that, though? Like, why did that happen? Because the character had a huge turn.
He had a huge turn. He went from this kind of naive, like, fun-loving, he was mischievous at first, but then he was like a good character that didn't want to be emperor at all. And then he had a lot of like bad stuff happen to him where he was like, well, I'm going to show you guys for treating me so bad, you know, and who I really am. And then he becomes the most horrific tyrant.
Yeah, it's a full arc. It's a character arc. What a concept.
Yeah. And it's funny, like, when I watched it back in the day when it was first airing, I was like, damn, Raymond, that was so good. Before I saw this, I only ever saw him as Hatao in, like, A Taste for Love or whatever. And he was just like, whatever, right? He wasn't even the lead. And then all of a sudden you're watching this and you're like, damn, I did not know he could act so well. And then they showed scenes of it in the movie of back then. I was like, oh, he wasn't actually that good.
That's unfair to me.
I mean, the thing is, he wasn't that good then. I mean, he was good for him then, but like he is so much better, leaps and bounds now, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah. No, he's definitely, you know, I think where he came from and where he is now, he's just a seasoned veteran that he makes it look effortless, and it's very hard for young actors to make it look effortless. Young actors can be great actors, but there's something about a seasoned actor that just they just disappear into the character, and no matter how famous they are, no matter how much they're on tabloids, they vanish into the character because it doesn't look like they're acting. It just looks like they're being they are. And so that for sure is happening here. I thought he was the best part of this movie. I thought
he's the only one that was acting.
Everyone else is just kind of skating through it, and all of the gravity and all of the drama has to come from his face.
Yeah.
Because what's coming out of his mouth isn't that good.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's what heck of a job to portray this role with nothing, no material.
Yeah. And also, can I say, all the fans love Louis Koo and Jessica Hester together. Literally, like, they are it. They are, like, all their fans want them to be dating in real life. I know they're not gonna date in real life, but everyone wants them together, and everyone wants them to, like, have moments, and they don't have any moments in this.
No, but no one has any moments in this. There's no chemistry anywhere to be seen. There's they try to do the big emotional moment between Louis Koo and Raymond Lamb. They try. It's just falls so freaking flat. There's no chemistry anywhere. So, like, that's a deep cut to, like, I'm like, yeah, no, they don't even have a scene, just the two of them. Like, they are never alone, I don't think, even in a scene. Maybe one. There's always someone else in the scenes between Jessica Hester and Louis Koo. There's always a third party in the scene.
Yeah.
So it's basically like, I remember I worked on a show where we had a lead character and then we had kind of the sidekicks. And in the writer's room, one of the writers stood up one day and goes, hey, we have to stop referring to the lead as the lead character and these three as a unit. Because they're three separate characters. And it felt like there was kind of Louis Koo, and there was Raymond Lamb, and then there was just kind of everyone else. And that's how the movie was written. Oh yeah, and then everyone else runs in, and they do a thing. I know, but what do they specifically do? We don't know.
I'm not disappointed, per se, because I wanted to watch it, and it did bring back the nostalgia, but I do have to say, as for a whole, it's barely a movie. But I am going to give it stepping out for fresh air.
That's probably fair.
Because I didn't hate it. Like, I just wish it was better. Because I still loved the original, the source material. But, which I believe the source material was actually based off of another source material, which is the book. But what I know is Step into the Past, and I don't know, maybe it should have just stayed in the past.
I think that's probably true for most things. I just got really excited. This is a change of subject, but I just really got excited because on social media, I heard that they're going to do Best of the Best 5. And Best of the Best and Best of the Best 2 are like my favorite martial arts movies from my like teen years. I know it's going to be probably garbage. Will I go watch it and be disappointed by it? Yes. I will do both those things.
Wait, you mean it's going to be in theaters?
Who knows? Probably streaming. But I'm just saying, like, I will watch it. I will watch Best of the Best 5, and I will have a very similar opinion that we're having right now. It probably should stay in the past, but damn, I might want to see Tommy Lee kick some ass again. Anyway, I think stepping up for fresh air is very fair. Can we run through the DramaMeans ratings list just for the folks? Because it's been a little while since we actually talked about it.
Yeah, it's so if you're thinking, it's like a 1 through 10 scale, right? Really,
and basically this is how effective this drama is at getting rid of your drama sickness.
Yes, and we base this off of like a kind of a seasickness kind of theme.
You know, drama means it's a pun.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway, so at the best, do I start with the best?
Yeah, start with the best.
Okay, at the best. It is Around the World in 80 Days.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Best you can get.
Yes. So
only a few dramas have ever gotten Around the World in 80 Days.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the ones that did. Jail Boys, maybe? Close?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, we'll have to look back. But yeah, very few get 10 out of 10.
Yeah. But yeah, think of yourself on a cruise ship or something.
Forever. You can stay up forever. You're never going to get sick. You have all the drama love in the world.
Yeah. Anyway, so the 9 would be Drinks on a Pool Deck.
Relaxing, enjoyable, not perfect, but
pretty good.
Pretty dang good.
Yeah. 8 would be In the Buffet Line.
Like you're full, you're satisfied, but sometimes you might overeat.
Or you're just standing in line for a bit.
Yeah, there's no, I mean, it's not, again, it's a good experience. No one's going to hate on a buffet, but, you know, you could have been having maybe just a little too much dessert.
So 7 is On Board Karaoke. You know, you're having fun, but there is, you know, someone that would be super off key and shouting way too loud.
Not everyone's a good singer.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because you put the mic in your hand doesn't make you Taylor Swift.
Anyway, 6 is Stepping Out to Get Fresh Air.
Which was what we rated this current drama. So that's a 6 out of 10.
Movie, yes.
That's the seasickness starting to kick in a little bit. That you're just like, oh man, I'm not feeling so great. I'm going to step out on the deck, get some fresh air.
Look out at the horizon.
Yeah, just try to reset my bearings. Like I'm not mad yet, but I'm just a little bit, yeah, this is starting to not be that good of a time.
Yeah. Then 5 is Land Sickness.
This is where stuff gets real.
Yeah, where like even if you're on land, your knees are weak and you're a little wobbly and kind of dizzy.
I mean, I think Land Sickness for me as a rating is the last one that is like, yeah, you probably don't go watch a Land Sickness show again. Like I could see you watching a Stepping Out to Get Fresh Air show again because maybe you had a good time. You're not watching Land Sickness shows again.
Yeah. And then 4, Swearing to Never Board Again.
And not in a good way. You know, you have those drama hangovers after the Around the World in 80 Days ones. This is the opposite of that. You have the drama hangovers that you're like, let me never watch that director again.
Yeah. Or like, I gotta immediately watch something else to like wash that taste out of my mouth kind of thing. And then 3, Counting the Minutes Till the End. So you're stuck on a boat and you have nowhere to go and you feel like crap.
And this needs to be over now. You know what I equate this to in the drama side is this is the one where it's not even worth hate watching. Like it's so bland and bad. You're so close to dropping it You're like, let's just finish this useless thing.
Yeah.
But you're not angry. Like, you're not just like spitting tax hate watching, but you are just like, what are we doing?
For me, at this point, I'm either dropping it or I'm fast forwarding the shit out of it.
That's true. We get so we're down to 2 and 1 now, and we do very few reviews that end up as 2 or 1 because we rarely finish a show that's 2 or 1.
Yeah. 2 is stomach turbulence.
And this is like the worst you've ever had. We're not, I guess not the worst,
No,
but
we've given a 1 before, haven't we?
Oh, well, we maybe did. I have to look back because, like I said, we usually, if it's that bad, unless we're on the second to last episode and it just jumps the shark,
yeah,
we're probably stopping way before the end, and we don't even review shows like that.
But yeah, and then 1 is throwing up buckets,
which is nice and visual.
Well, if anyone's ever felt seasick before or motion sickness, whatever, you will know what I'm talking about.
Throwing up buckets is basically like when the drinks on the pool deck hit you at the same time as the buffet line food, like the bad eclair at the buffet. They hit you at the same time as like the bad karaoke, and then the fresh air didn't work, the horizon that was just spinning. Like, it's all of the things combined that just all hit your head at one time.
We really don't need that visual. We didn't need to go further into visuals.
You're welcome.
Anyway, that is it.
Wait. Before we go, we have to talk. I know we already gave our rating.
Mm-hmm.
But much like the movie, I want to give us an alternate ending.
Oh, yes, the alternate ending.
Here's my feeling on the alternate ending. I know why they did it. I didn't think this was really a New Year movie, like a Chinese New Year movie, until that scene, and then the end when they were like, Happy New Year, everybody. I was like, oh, are they trying to market this as a New Year movie? That's why they're giving this kind of happy, like wish fulfillment, them all in the future kind of thing?
I don't know. And the thing is, like, we saw some of the outtakes at the end of the original series, and Liz Koo had mentioned that A Step Into the Past was TVB's New Year production, right? And so I'm wondering if they're trying to just match that.
Right.
I'm not really sure. But you know how also, like, Jackie Chan will do, like, these weird movies where it's like, was that Kung Fu Tiger or whatever? Like, the Kung Fu Yoga. And it was like, an action movie, right? And then at the ending, they do a group, like, dance thing. And then it's like a...
Detective Chinatown does that too, I think.
Yeah, but because Detective Chinatown is always on New Year's.
Always New Year's movie. And they do the big dance, and the crew comes in and does it with them. I get that. They're breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah.
But this is like, we're going to end the movie one way. And then we're going to go back and we're going to end the movie a completely different way, complete with real CG. Like, they didn't, like, give us the storyboard version or the unfinished version. They gave us the full version. So I'm like, well, which ending is it? Like, if you're going to do a sequel, which ending is it? Obviously, probably the first one. But, like, it just cheapens the whole thing to me. And I do think there was a way to give us that, like, wish fulfillment of sending them all to the future and then having them all come back and still giving us a normal ending.
Yeah.
Or giving us a bonus ending. You wouldn't have been able to get maybe Raymond Lamb there, but you would be able to get the whole family there. Like, it's just, I think there's a way to do it without being like, running of Wayne's World. Let's do the Scooby-Doo ending.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, when we watched A Writer's Odyssey, right, where they, like, jump through and then, like, they spent some time in the modern world, or, like, in outside of the comic.
Well, they basically pressed pause on the action to have that, and then all went back and finished the movie.
Yeah. So they could have done something like that. Whereas, like, I mean, like, the thing is, with Writer's Odyssey, it was basically one movie split into 2 parts. I mean...
But I wonder if they didn't do that because of Writer's Odyssey, because I think that was... I was half expecting that kind of thing of, as they were in the middle of that big fight, the thing goes off and they all end up in the future, and then they go have boba together, and then they come back, and then they try to kill each other again. Yeah. But that's kind of exactly what happened in Writer's Odyssey, so maybe that's why they didn't do it.
Who knows? Anyways, I don't know how to, like, think of what other people are thinking of, but...
I just think it was weird.
It was weird.
I kind of wish they didn't do it, to be honest. Like, it's cute and it's fun, but I'm like, it's so pointless.
It's this whole movie is all like fan service, right? It's just some kind of little fan service gift to us fans, like after 20 years or 25 years or whatever. 25 years. And so I think they think that a lot of fans would have wanted to see, after 20 years, for Louis Koo's character to have gone back to Hong Kong. You know, and they brought it up where, like, oh, he misses home, and, like, you know, it is a little, like, off that, like, this person lived in modern day and then all of a sudden disappeared and just dropped off of the face of the earth, right?
Yeah, people get disappeared all the time. The aliens take them. You know, fall off the cliff.
Anyway, what I'm saying is, it's just like, it's just another little tool to give fans another fan service.
Yeah, for sure. I think I usually like cute shit like that, and in this instance, I kind of wish they didn't do it.
Yeah.
It just felt, again, cheap and breezy and didn't add anything.
It didn't add anything other than the fact that there was the princess.
Yeah.
Showed up. Which I haven't seen her in forever. I didn't think she acted anymore.
Maybe she doesn't.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, we can finish now. We can end it for real now.
Yeah. Anyway, that is it for us. And thanks for listening to us babble on.
And welcome back 2026. We'll have a whole lot more dramas, movies, TV shows, all sorts of stuff coming up in this 4th season of the DramaMeans Podcast. So stick around.
Yeah.